Let me ask you something. What if I told you the change you're dreaming of, the life you want, it doesn't start with something big. It starts with something small, so small, you might not even notice it. A habit, a simple action, done again and again. This is not about motivation. It's not about being superhuman. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's boring, even when it feels like nothing's changing. That's the truth behind Atomic Habits. You don't need to flip your whole life upside down. You just need to shift it 1%. That's it. One small change, repeated, consistent, quiet, but powerful dot. Because here's what most people do wrong. They wait. They wait for the perfect day, the right mood, more energy, or for someone to give them permission. But life doesn't work that way. The people who change their lives, they don't wait. They start small. Let's say you want to get fit. You don't need to run 5 miles tomorrow. Just put your shoes on. Walk for 5 minutes. That's it. And do it again tomorrow. Soon, your body starts to move without you thinking. It becomes part of you. That's a habit. Or maybe you want to read more books. You don't need to finish a book this week. Just read one page. One page every night. After a week, you've read 7. After a month, you're already in the habit. You become a reader, not because of speed, but because of who you're becoming. Habits are identity. You're not just doing something, you're becoming someone. The goal is not to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to clean your house. It's to become someone who lives clean. See the difference? That's what makes small habits powerful. They build your identity. Every action is a vote for the person you want to be. But the problem is, bad habits work the same way. They're small too. Hitting snooze once doesn't seem like a big deal. Scrolling for 10 minutes won't kill you. But these small things, they stack up. They quietly shape your days, then your weeks, then your life. So how do we break bad habits? Not by fighting them head on, but by making them hard to do. You hide the distractions. You change your environment. You make the bad habit invisible, unattractive, hard, and unsatisfying. And for the good habits, you do the opposite. You make it obvious, make it easy, make it satisfying. Want to go to the gym? Pack your bag the night before. Put your shoes by the door. Make the first step so easy you can't fail. James Clear talks about this idea called the 2-minute rule. It means every new habit should take less than 2 minutes to start. Want to write? Just open your notebook and write one sentence. Want to eat healthy? Just put 1 apple on your plate. The goal isn't to win today. The goal is to start. Because if you can start, you can grow. Now, I know someone is listening and thinking, but I've tried. I always stop. Let me tell you, you're not broken. Your system is. Success doesn't depend on motivation. It depends on design. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. If you build a system that supports the habit, it will stick. But if your environment is full of distractions, even the strongest willpower will lose. That's why it's important to track your habits. Don't guess. Measure. Use a calendar. Use a journal. Every time you do it, mark it. That little check mark tells your brain, this matters. Keep going. And don't break the chain. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be consistent. If you miss a day, never miss 2. One bad day won't hurt you, but giving up will. So show up again and again. Here's the secret. Motivation comes after action, not before. If you feel stuck, don't wait to feel good. Just start. Do something small. That action will bring momentum, and momentum creates confidence, and confidence becomes belief. Let me leave you with this. Tiny habits are not tiny in power. They are the roots of greatness. You plant them today, and you water them with consistency. One day, you'll look back and realize everything changed. Quietly, gently, but completely. You didn't need a big break. You didn't need to wait. You just needed to start. One small step, one habit. That's how real change begins. So, what's your first tiny habit? Pick it. Make it easy. Do it today and tomorrow. That's your path forward. That's how you win. One small, powerful, beautiful step at a time. Let's start with the core idea. Habits are the building blocks of your life. Everything you are today, your routines, your successes, even your struggles come from the habits you built. James Clear, the guy who wrote Atomic Habits, says habits are like compound interest. A small action done every day grows into something huge. Think about saving money. If you save $1 a day, it doesn't feel like much at first, but over years, with interest, it becomes a fortune. Habits work the same way. Let's say you want to read more. Instead of aiming to finish a book a week, start with 1 page a night. Just one. It takes 2 minutes, and you can't fail at that. Over time, that page becomes a chapter, then a book, then a whole library. That's the power of tiny steps. They're so easy you can't say no, but they lead to big wins. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've tried building habits before, and I always give up. Trust me, I've been there. I used to set these huge goals, like running 5 miles every day or cutting out all junk food. I'd go hard for a week, then crash and burn. The problem wasn't me, it was the approach. Atomic Habits teaches us to stop relying on motivation, because motivation comes and goes like the weather. Instead, focus on systems. Make the habit so easy it fits into your life without a fight. Want to exercise? Don't aim for an hour at the gym. Start with 5 push-ups while your coffee brews. Want to eat better? Add 1 vegetable to your plate each day. These tiny moves don't feel like work, but they rewire your brain over time. You start to see yourself as someone who exercises, someone who eats well. And that identity shift is what makes habits stick. Here's a cool idea to make this fun. Think of your habits like a video game. Every time you do your tiny habit, you're leveling up. Miss a day, no big deal. You don't lose all your progress, just get back to it. This mindset takes away the guilt and makes it playful. For example, I started drinking more water by keeping a bottle on my desk and taking a sip every time I checked my phone. I turned it into a game. How many sips could I take in a day? Before I knew it, I was hydrated all the time, and it felt effortless. You can do this with anything. Want to write a book? Write 1 sentence a day. Want to declutter? Clear 1 item off your desk. These small wins make you feel accomplished, and that feeling fuels you to keep going. Let's talk about environment, because it's a game changer. Your surroundings shape your habits more than you think. If you want to stop snacking on junk, don't keep chips on the counter. Hide them in a cupboard and put a bowl of fruit out instead. Make the good habit the obvious choice. I did this with my phone. I used to scroll endlessly at night, so I started leaving my phone in another room and keeping a book on my nightstand. Suddenly, reading became the easy option. You can design your space to nudge you toward better habits. Want to meditate? Set up a cozy corner with a cushion and a candle. Make it inviting, and you'll want to show up. Another big idea is tracking. It's so satisfying to see your progress. Get a calendar and put an X on every day you do your habit. After a few days, you'll have a chain, and you won't want to break it. I started doing this with journaling. Every night, I'd write 1 sentence about my day and mark an X. That chain grew. And now journaling is part of who I am. It's not about perfection, it's about showing up. Even on bad days, do the smallest version of your habit. Feeling tired? Do 1 push-up instead of 10. Write 1 word instead of a sentence. This keeps the chain alive and builds trust in yourself. Here's where mindset comes in. You've got to believe you're the kind of person who can change. Atomic Habits isn't just about doing, it's about becoming. Every time you do your tiny habit, you're casting a vote for the person you want to be. Want to be a writer? Every sentence you write says, I'm a writer. Want to be healthy? Every vegetable you eat says, I'm someone who cares about my body. This isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up for yourself day after day. And when you mess up, don't beat yourself up. Just ask, what's the smallest step I can take right now? That question will pull you out of any slump. Let's get practical with some fresh ideas. Try a habit stack and pair a new habit with something you already do. Brush your teeth. Do a quick stretch while you're at it. Make coffee. Say 1 thing you're grateful for. This makes habits stick because they piggyback on routines you already have. Another idea, create a habit menu. Write down 5 tiny habits you want to try, like drinking a glass of water, doing a deep breath, or writing a quick note each day. Pick one. It keeps things fresh and lets you experiment. Or try the 2-minute rule. Any new habit should take less than 2 minutes to start. Want to run? Just put on your shoes. Want to learn guitar? Play 1 chord. Starting is the hardest part, so make it ridiculously easy. Now, let's address the tough days, because life isn't perfect. Sometimes you're stressed, tired, or just not feeling it. That's okay. Atomic Habits is about progress, not perfection. On those days, fall back to your minimum. If you usually read 10 pages, Read one. If you usually walk for 20 minutes, walk to the mailbox. These tiny actions keep you in the game. And here's a mindset shift. Stop saying I have to and start saying I get to.